On May 3, 2026, millions of students sat for the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. 9 days later, their papers were worthless. The logistics of this exam spanned the entire Indian subcontinent, distributed across 4,750 separate examination nodes. Then, on May 12th, the government of India issued a total cancellation. In a single administrative stroke, the results for 2.4 million medical aspirants were invalidated. This followed severe security breaches in the 2024 exam cycle, establishing a clear pattern of continuous structural decay. To understand why this happened, we have to look past the resulting public protests and conduct a strict structural autopsy of the National Testing Agency. The NTA's systemic fragility transformed a localized leak into a collapse of the entire sovereign state apparatus. The primary adversary in this failure is a multi-crore shadow economy, operated by organized paper leak mafias. Their specific exploit in 2026 was the digital distribution of a highly accurate guess paper originating in Rajasthan. To map how they succeeded, we have to apply a core cybersecurity concept, the single point of failure. When a system is entirely centralized, it trades structural resilience for administrative convenience. A localized breach no longer stays local. Understanding this vulnerability explains how decentralized criminal syndicates manage to hack an elite state-run monopoly. The black market for exam papers is driven by a baseline condition, the severe institutionalized scarcity of Indian medical education. In the 2026 cycle, over 2.2 million candidates competed for approximately 100,000 available seats. This sub-5% selection ratio places immense psychological and financial pressure on families, trapped within a sprawling coaching industrial complex. For those who fail to secure a merit seat, the legal alternative, purchasing a private medical management seat, costs upwards of 1.5 crore rupees. A bar chart juxtaposes the massive 1.5 crore legal cost against the black market price for a leaked paper, sitting between 30 and 50 lakh rupees. Calculating the return on investment, purchasing a leak shifts from a moral failing to a rational financial decision. This extreme stakes to opportunity ratio creates a guaranteed high-yield market for organized crime. These syndicates have industrialized cheating, offering exam security as a service. The paper leak mafia operates as a highly efficient, rational market response to an artificial bottleneck. We can see exactly how this market operates by examining the May 2026 breach in Rajasthan. Prior to the test, the Rajasthan Special Operations Group discovered that exam materials were already in active circulation. The payload was a 150-page PDF document containing 410 high-value questions. Weeks before the exam, this file spread rapidly across the darknet and through encrypted messaging applications. The precision of the payload was lethal. 120 questions from the PDF matched the actual NEET chemistry section verbatim. The operators driving this exploit are veteran interstate syndicates, often referred to as solver gangs. Because the local leaks immediately crossed state lines, federal law enforcement and the Central Bureau of Investigation had to intervene to track the network. The state's analog, paper-based security measures were completely bypassed, rendered obsolete by a digitized, decentralized criminal supply chain. The success of the syndicate's attack forces an examination of the National Testing Agency's own architecture. The NTA's core design flaw is the consolidation of all major national entrance exams into a single monopoly. In a decentralized system, risks are contained locally. In a centralized system, an infection anywhere crashes everything. This flowchart maps the NTA's supply chain, from question generation to printing, transport, strong rooms, and the examination desk. Managing this physical transfer across 4,750 nodes creates enormous strain, forcing reliance on third-party vendors for secure transport. The 2024 strongroom breach in Hazaribagh definitively proved the extreme vulnerability of this aging analog physical supply chain. Under a hub-and-spoke model, if one strongroom or printing press falls, the integrity of the entire national test falls with it. Centralization scaled local corruption into a massive architectural vulnerability, a system where a single open door now invalidates 2.4 million exams. Following the collapse, the governmental response requires a total structural overhaul. A high-level committee, led by former ISRO chairman K. Radhakrishnan, was tasked with re-engineering the NTA's governance and data security protocols. Their primary structural directive is to drastically reduce reliance on outsourced private vendors and eliminate offline single points of failure. The proposed solution is a total shift to a computer-based testing model, bypassing the vulnerabilities of physical paper transport entirely. This topology map illustrates the new geographic strategy, dissolving the fragile central hub in favor of isolated, highly secure digital clusters at centrally funded technical institutes. Integrating decentralized computing networks mitigates distributed denial of service attacks and isolates future digital breaches to specific nodes. Until the extreme scarcity of medical seats is resolved, the state must abandon centralized fragility and adopt a zero-trust decentralized architecture designed to contain inevitable breaches before they materialize.